I really don't see anything wrong with it. It's just normal for children these days.
But Jack, he does it every time he's outdoors.
I think it's crazy that you're thinking about sending him to a camp for special kids just because he's just a little rambunctious.
You just don't understand my point. Look, he's practically flying. For God's sake, we have to do something, Jack. He can't do anything normally. He even acts like a crackheaded animal when the car window's down. He can't handle fresh air in the least.
Okay, I admit the incident at the red light was extreme and it was a little hard to explain to the police, but I still don't think sending him away will do any good.
Jack, he climbed out the window and leapt from roof to roof. He's not even 16 and his driver license is suspended. Listen, Jack, I've done some research. Hunter is not the only child with this problem. He needs outside help. He needs to be medicated. This is not for retarded children. It's for kids with certain disorders.
He doesn't have a disorder. It's called growing up. He will grow out of this phase naturally.
Jack, I think he does have a disorder. I think he needs to be medicated. I have a few contacts, psychologists. We can take him to see one of them. We can show him the video footage of him outside.
All right. I will take him, make an appointment, only to prove you wrong. Only if you'll stop nagging me.
About everything or just this?
Don't push it, Celia.
Hi, Dr. Epstein?
Yes, you must be Jack and Seely Rabbits. Sorry, I have a difficult time with initial skin-to-skin contact.
Nice to meet you. Well, doctor, I first want to say I just wanted to know that my son is perfectly normal, and I think you'll find his behavior very normal for an active growing boy.
Dr. Epstein, my concern is that Hunter's erratic behavior is going to get him into trouble someday. We've already had problems with the neighbors, with school, and even with the police. Don't get me wrong, he's a good kid. He doesn't drink or do drugs. It's just that every time he goes outside, no matter what the season, he goes nuts.
And you say you have video footage of this?
Yes, right here. We filmed him and his friends several times doing these bizarre tricks.
Celia, it is not bizarre. Dr. Epstein, it looks fun to me. If I didn't have so much responsibility and a nag for a wife, I may join him on occasion.
Dr. Epstein, we're here because his uncontrollable behavior is disruptive.
To who?
And it seems to be triggered by fresh air. There's a camp for kids with ADHD and other disorders that we were considering sending him to. Can't you diagnose him with something and see if he's a candidate for this camp?
It appears to me that your son has a rare, recently diagnosed medical condition called oxidose non-cerebrus perplexiparius. It means that excessive doses of oxygen cause your son to literally bounce and behave ridiculously in a manner that perplexes parents. In the medical field, there are a few schools of thought on this, but my take is this. You see, as children, we were outside all of the time playing because television and radio were relatively new and video games weren't out yet. But today, children are inside so often that they crave fresh air and when exposed, behave in a manner considered crazy.
Well, Dr. Epstein, I don't understand. We've had him in sports ever since he was 3 years old. We've monitored how much television he's watched, and internet especially. I've been very strict with what we've exposed him to.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Rabbits, but although this is a diagnosable medical condition, at this stage it is considered a phenomenon and not a disorder.
Well, thank you for your time, Dr. Epstein.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.